Hey, welcome to Impact Moments powered by 90, where we will be exploring the light bulb breakthrough moments, impact moments that leaders, entrepreneurs, partners all have. I'm Christine Watts.
I'm Kris Snyder. 8 years in the making, Christine.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to this. We're going to unpack all those stories we've lived together, and there's been more than a few.
Yes. Yeah.
17,000 clients at 90 at this point in time. And you and I we've seen a lot.
We've seen a lot, and I'm excited to learn and have our clients actually share their stories so that we can pull more people in and really showcase the bravery, ingenuity, the things that people are experiencing, what they're doing to really break through and get to the next level.
I agree. So impact moments is that exactly as you said in the intro, it's the moment when it lands, and it lands hard. You're like, oh my God, now I get it. Now I have a new moment of clarity, and it happens all the times with our clients. And so I look forward to doing this with you. We're going to have great clients and partners, all that.
Yeah, I know. And I want to start there with why now? So this is one of those things that I feel like everybody loves, those short stories, learning from each other, those meaningful connections between people, and storytelling is so important there. What's now? Why now with the moment of the podcast?
Well, imposter syndrome is real. I don't think I have a story to be told. I don't. The stories that I have lived and I've done, I think I've done a lot, but I don't think I have a story that should be told that much. So it took me a while to agree to do this with you. But after 17,000 clients at 90, I think we have stories to be told. And they're not my stories. They're your stories. So amazing stories of what people are doing every day. Yeah. And I had to find myself in a position to shift that moment to go, it's not about me, it's about them. Yeah. And they're doing incredible things. They're doing hard things. I mean, not everyone wins every day, but they're winning because they actually do the work. And it's the work that we coach them to do. We give them software to do. Yeah. We engage them to do. And they're incredible.
It's so funny to hear you say that too, because I feel like you are one of the best storytellers. And I have my favorite, everybody at 90 has their favorite Kris Snyder stories that they go to, your kids and getting a goldfish, but it's not a goldfish, we're getting a dog, and your inflection points of going into all of these things. And so you're just such a great storyteller. In general, I feel like.
Well, and I actually feel embarrassed because you experienced this last night when we were together. And I said, hey, team, have you heard this story yet? And I started to tell a story. You're like, no, after 8 years, Kris, we haven't heard that story. I'm like, I don't even know what stories I've told. But yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's dig a little bit deeper into our clients, our partners. Who are we going to be talking to through this podcast series? Let's get into that.
Yeah, so I put them in 3 camps, if it's okay.
Yeah.
One is our clients, the people who live and breathe EOS every day, powered by 90. And they're going to have, they are the integrators, they're the visionaries, the people who are building companies. They're going to come and share those experiences with us. Mm-hmm. And it's not your story, not my story, it's their story. Yeah. I'm so excited to hear those from them, right? Because they're going to tell it a different way. Second one is really the EOS Implementers, the people who help them do that work. Call them coaches, facilitators, teachers. That's great too. Yeah. But there are EOS Implementers, and they're going to come in and hopefully they share some aha impact moments that we haven't heard before that they've seen in a session room when they do the coaching they do. Yeah. And then the third one is those partners. 90 does not exist without the partners, right? We have amazing partners that work with us every day to do the things that we do. Mm-hmm. Right. Whether you're doing Colby, or you're doing maybe Tide Coach, or you're doing, EOS Assistants, all that stuff. We have incredible partners that we work with.
Yeah. And I feel I know when I am talking to people and working with them, really at any layer of the business, your visionary integrator, your leaders, your individual contributors, I feel like the moment of a story is so impactful and important because people love to not feel alone, or there's a beauty in not being special. Hey, your pain, the trouble, the thing that you're grinding through and figuring out, this is a shared experience, and we can learn from each other through that.
Well, the struggle is real, but we don't have to really struggle. I say that to clients all the time. Like, the struggle is real. It's hard. You're trying to build a business. You're 10 people, you're 50 people, whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to really struggle. Like, it's been done before. And I had a session day last week. And I said this to a client. I'm like, this has all been done before. You're not that special. Yeah. And then we went through, like, what's their data structure look like? And the CEO had a moment. And I'm like, you look like a talent industry. He got offended. And it's like, look, I'm not trying to, like, say you're like everyone else. I'm just saying that you're not that different. So just let's go unpack it. Let's figure it out. Let's move again.
Yeah.
And that's what we want our clients to do.
Yeah. Find the beauty in, like, those shared problems, learn from each other. Yeah, I think that's really important. And
let's move again. That's the hardest part. But with most clients, they get caught up in this cycle of like, well, this has never happened before.
Yeah.
It's like, no, not really. It's all been done. Yeah. It's okay. Just move.
So we're going to be bringing in these clients, whether it's the CEO, the integrator, leaders in the company. We're going to be bringing in our EOS implementers, our partners, and they're going to be joining us to tell an impact story, tell an impact moment, something that happened to them. What are you hoping to get out of them, and what are you hoping to hear from our guests?
These amazing nuggets, like, there's going to be things they share, like, and I feel privileged I've heard in the moment when I was in the room with them, and or moments I haven't been in the room with these other EOS implementers, clients, partners, right? Where they're going to share stuff where you're like, oh my gosh, that lands.
Yeah.
And you and I were in a workshop yesterday together, and I felt like I said something at one point in time, and you watched the room, it just, like, landed.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And when it hits, right? And that's what I want to share with everybody is, like, those impact moments.
Yeah.
Because they're not mine, they're theirs. And they're going to, like, show up and they're going to say, this was a moment in time where I sorted out, I figured out, I did this, and it took off.
Well, those stories land so well, because I'll even correct you and say it wasn't one time, it was 3 times. You told a story of something that happened, and the facilitator was like, I'm going to steal that.
she literally did, didn't she? She was like, well, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But
because they're not my stories. Like, it's just life. It's just the reality of what we do and the importance of what we do.
Yeah.
Because if we share it right, which is why this is so important for me, like the work that we're about to do here together, is just to share it out. Like, otherwise, if it lives with us,
right,
it's just with us.
Right.
But if we, like, put it out there and other people pick it up, then that's the impact moment.
How in depth are you hoping they go in terms of, like, I'm thinking there's going to be a struggle, an outcome, a solution, like more of, like, the how side of things or the emotion side of things? Like, where do you think we'll end up taking this?
5%. So 95% of the world, like, lives in, like, sports, news, and weather.
Mm-hmm.
I would like us to go 5%. Like, we're going to go deep.
Yeah.
If I have my way, you know me,
Yep.
like, I'll go deep. Like, let's just go there.
Yeah.
Because in the depth of it all is where it lives.
Right.
And if they share that depth, then people will respond to it and they'll feel something out as well.
Yeah.
I mean, when you ask somebody, like, tell me your greatest fear, they may or may not respond that way. If you go first and you tell them your greatest fear,
yeah,
then they can respond.
Right.
So in this moment, if we ask questions, hopefully with the guests, like, we'll go first, we'll go deep,
right,
and they can follow.
Yeah.
But they won't lead if you ask that question that way.
Yeah. And I know when I was talking to the few people that we'll bring on initially, which is here in Cleveland, we just did a workshop yesterday, but we'll continue this virtually. We'll continue it to other cities we travel to, which is really exciting. And I know I set it up with the guests as an impact moment it can be a big thing, like, hey, this defined an aspect of my career, how I formed as a leader, like something big like that. But it can also be something that just a small change that had a ripple effect. And even if it was something that was recent that happened. And so I'd love to hear from you, like you said, kind of putting our own foot forward, like, what's an impact moment that you think of, where if you were coming onto the show, what would you share and what would we dig into as your story?
Yeah, so I would say that at 90, so obviously we work together at 90, that I've really been working, it landed with me after I said it to a client last quarter, that you have to win the week to win the quarter to win the year.
Yep.
And when I said it to the client, which the client that you know as well,
yeah,
they're like, wait a minute, we have to win the week to win the quarter to win the year. I'm like, Yes, team, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And then I brought it back to 90. I'm like, holy cow, like we have to win the week to win the quarter, win the year. And that winning part was just lost because we've been playing this game for like 8 years now.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, I think we get lost in the fact that we're just doing the work.
Right.
And we're doing the good work, right? But it's just doing the work. But if you take it to the point of winning, and you really mean that, like I'm a competitor, you are too,
Yep.
right? Like I want to win. And if you inspire me to win and you put it to the week, to the quarter, to the year, it's a different level of competition and participation.
Yeah.
And so I took that impact moment away from the client that I was in. I was like, oh my God, I haven't been doing that for myself.
Yeah.
As much as I tell other folks to do that, like we have to do that because
Yeah.
we can win.
Yeah.
And we should win.
Yeah. And that's what like the system of 90 creates, that habit to reinforce the rhythm of like, hey, take action right now. And it should be leading up to your week, your month, your quarter, your year. Ever since you said that, I repeat it to every single client I'm working with too. Win the week,
It's
to win
obvious,
the quarter, to
right?
win the year.
Yeah, well, of course we do.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about EOS, and Gino said this early on, is like, hey, it's a system to manage human energy. And you're like, what? That sounds like really ambiguous and whatever. But then you get into it, you're like, oh, it is.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to win the week, to win the quarter, win the year, I have to manage the human energy involved in it. Everything from delegate to elevate to like, you got to have rock time. You have to have a great accountability chart, standard work, blah, blah, blah. Like all that is in there.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
I know. I feel like my story, I've worked with a few clients recently pulling it down throughout the organization, and they're going through this process too of, hey, we have these big goals, and how do we actually, like, what do we talk about this week? And to move towards and make progress there. And I sat in on a few of their weekly meetings, and it was just really exciting to see like the light bulb moments go through. So thinking like the first meeting, I'm in there like, what's an issue? Like, what do I even talk about here?
Yeah.
And we pulled apart when we got to something that actually led to really great discussion. And then the next week we came back and they were like, we don't have any headlines. We don't know. And I was like, well, what happened with the issue we talked about last week? I'm so like, I'm at, cliffhanger. I want to know. And it was just a great moment because there really was a win. And so helping teach them like, this is how you can surface things and this is how you can pull things up, really impacted their work and their daily flow to like help move towards those bigger goals.
So I will say this about impact moments. So I started doing EOS work in 2018 as an implementer. And I used to hang like one of those like, yellow pad sheets on the wall. And I would write impact moments. And I'm like, hey team, today we're going to find one.
Yeah.
We're going to have a moment together and we're going to find one. We get through the whole session and they didn't find one.
Yeah.
And they would rate the session like an 8. And I'm like, why are we an 8? They're like, we didn't find an impact moment. Like,
There's nothing on the board.
That's right. Because it's not every day. Like
Yeah.
you can't have that every day. And I do want to say that, like, we're going to do this podcast together and we're going to bring in guests and partners and everybody.
Yeah.
But they're going to tell stories. But to be clear, it doesn't happen every day. It just doesn't. Like even the quarterly work, the session work we've done as an EOS implementer, we don't find the impact moments every day. But when we find them, they are noteworthy. We should like actually like document them and share them because like it's an unlock. It's a realization. It's that moment in time where you go, we can do something different.
Yeah.
Like we can win. Like the back to our moment we just shared. But it's like, that's a moment in time that I want to document. I want to go, you can't do it every time.
Yeah.
But what if you did it twice in a year, 3 times in a year?
Right.
Would that be better? As a leadership team, you feel it lands, and then you go, there we are. Now let's go.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thought of like impact moments. Like let's put it out there, and we can't do it all the time, but if we do it, let's recognize that we did it.
And I love the concept of thinking about like the ripple effect as well, because a lot of times something happens. Yeah. And I don't realize in that moment, like, would I have written that down on the board in that session room and realized it in the moment? But now, like 3 weeks later, 3 months later, like 3 years later, whatever it is, like going back and realizing I did have that pivotal moment, like that changed everything, and being able to see like the ripple effect of that.
Well, and we won't know like yesterday when the 3 things that I said that the facilitator wrote down. It's like, I'm sealing these. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if something good happens, that's all we need to know.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's it. The rest of it's all good.
I'm really excited to connect with our first 4 guests, which we're doing here in Cleveland. And even one of the clients recently went through a ProServe engagement with me, and we were like, hey, we're figuring this out right now. And they're like, yeah, let's figure it out together. And so I love those moments of like pulling our friends in close and being like, hey, we're trying this out, come along for the journey. And everybody was like, yeah, let's do it.
The 4 entrepreneurs we'll have to meet with, they're incredible. Like literally their stories are the best, right? I can't tell their stories the way they're going to tell their stories.
Yeah.
I look forward to like hearing them tell their impact moments.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm really excited to figure out as we go into 2026 and like the cities that we're going to hit and pairing this along with other events that we're going to and being able to like pull more people in from our clients, our partners, as we're traveling is really exciting. That's going to wrap up our conversation, but thank you so much for helping initiate this and actually get it going. Thank you everyone for following along. We hope you join us on this journey as we're launching Impact Moments and bringing in more people and going into next year, continuing getting our show on the road and going to a city near you.
It's now time for conclude, Christine. You know how we do this, right? We have 3 questions every time.
Yeah.
So the first one is, where's your head? How you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited, very eager to bring people in and start hearing these stories and impact moments.
Yeah, the ripple effect is going to be great. So I just like tons of gratitude. Thank you for like working with me on the whole episode. So next one is expectations met, not met.
Expectations were definitely met. I think we're launching something new, figuring it out, and that's what I love. That's my sweet spot, is having a whole blue ocean of ambiguity in front of me and knowing we're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. And the final one is 1 to 10. How would you rate our time together? So 10 is high performing, not perfection. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that's going to be perfect, but we do want to be high performing. So start at 10, pull back on like a point if you think we should have done something better. Like, where are we at? 1 to 10.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling a 10. I'm feeling excited, ready to go. What about you?
Well, I'm a 10 too, by the way. But for all those listeners out there who think they're hard graders and they always say 6 or 7, I'm sorry. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. Like just push to do the great work.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Well, thank you so much again. Excited for everyone to join us on this launch of Impact Moments powered by 90. Hopefully keep listening along.